Welcome to Serenity is Addictive.
Here are the 12 symptoms of a spiritual awakening. Dear God, please help me to progressively experience more of Number 1. An increased tendency to let things happen rather than make them happen. Number 2. Frequent attacks of smiling. Number 3. Feelings of being connected with others, you, my true self and nature. Number 4. Frequent overwhelming episodes of appreciation. Number 5. A tendency to think and act spontaneously rather than from fears based on past experience. Number 6. An unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment. Number 7. A loss of ability to worry. Number 8. A loss of interest in conflict. Number 9. A loss of interest in interpreting the actions of others. Number 10. A loss of interest in judging others. Number 11. A loss of interest in judging self. And number 12. Gaining the ability to love without expecting anything in return. The 12 steps practiced leads to the liberation of the heart and the true self. Let's dive a bit deeper into each one of the 12 symptoms of a spiritual awakening. These symptoms are associated with a shift in consciousness and a deepening of spiritual awareness. Developing these symptoms can lead to a more fulfilling and connected life. The 12 steps lived and practiced are a means to these magnificent 12 symptoms of a spiritual awakening progressively coming to fruition in our lives. They will appear sometimes quickly and sometimes slowly at times on our journey. One thing is for certain: if we dedicate to this way of life and practice these principles in action, not theory, they will become a part of us in our higher power's timing, now ours. After all, the 12 steps practiced, lived and embodied in all one's affairs lead to a liberation of one's heart. They serve to progressively diminish the ego and transform the ego from an idol that plays God in the form of self-will run riot that has been driving us with 100 forms of fear, resentment and delusions into a dysfunctional way of living that is unsustainable and destructive. The false self, or the addict self, or the diseased self is a byproduct of the go running the show as a false god and an idol. When the ego is transformed by the 12 steps to a servant that is submissive to our higher power, the false self also diminishes, and what is left is our true authentic self. It is who we really are. We are all unique human beings and beloved children of a loving higher power. To miss this awakening is to remain stuck in the bondage of the false self, the addict self, and remain dominated by the ego. The domination of the ego in our lives is a miserable way to live. Our true self remains as a slave and a prisoner when our true self is enslaved by ego domination. The ego, when it is the master who runs the show, functions to destroy our peace and our joy. The ego's job when it runs the show robs us from our happiness, and it works hard to make us miserable despite an abundance of evidence to the contrary. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul in the process? Jesus asked. The answer is, it profits us nothing. Now let's look at each symptom of a spiritual awakening a bit more closely. Number 1. Equal sign. An increased tendency to let things happen rather than make them happen. This symptom indicates a shift from a need for control to an open acceptance of life's flow. Number 2. Equal sign. Frequent attacks of smiling. This symptom reflects an inner joy and contentment that naturally arises during a spiritual awakening. Number 3. Equal sign. Feelings of being connected with others, your true self, and nature. This symptom signifies an increased sense of interconnectedness and unity with all beings and the natural world. Number 4. Equal sign. Frequent overwhelming episodes of appreciation. This symptom involves a deep sense of gratitude and awe for life and its experiences. Number 5. Equal sign. A tendency to think and act spontaneously rather than from fears based on past experience. This symptom reflects a liberation from the constraints of past conditioning and a newfound freedom to act authentically. Number 6. Equal sign. An unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment. This symptom indicates a heightened presence and mindfulness in daily experiences, leading to a greater appreciation of life's simple pleasures. Number 7. Equal sign. A loss of ability to worry. This symptom reflects a sense of trust and surrender to life's unfolding, resulting in a reduced tendency to be consumed by worries and anxieties. Number 8. Equal sign. A loss of interest in conflict. This symptom involves a shift towards harmony and peace, with a decreased fixation on engaging in conflicts or power struggles. Number 9. Equal sign. A loss of interest in interpreting the actions of others. This symptom signifies a release from the need to decipher or judge the behaviors of others, embodying a more compassionate and non-judgmental approach to interactions. Numbers 10 and 11. Equal sign. A loss of interest in judging others and oneself. This symptom reflects a deep sense of acceptance and understanding, leading to a decreased inclination to criticize or condemn both oneself and others. Number 12. Equal sign. Gaining the ability to love without expecting anything in return. This final symptom represents the capacity to offer love unconditionally, without attachment or expectations. These symptoms are not to feel rushed or forced. They naturally unfold as one's awareness deepens through spiritual practice and self-discovery. It is important to approach these symptoms with an open mind and heart, understanding that they are part of a transformative journey towards greater spiritual fulfillment and a deeper connection with oneself and the world around you. These 12 symptoms are not to feel rushed or forced. They naturally unfold as one's awareness deepens through spiritual practice and self-discovery. It is important to approach these symptoms with an open mind and heart, understanding that they are part of a transformative journey towards greater spiritual fulfillment and a deeper connection with oneself and the world around you.
Thank you for listening to Serenity is Addictive. Until the next time we meet, keep trudging your road to happy destiny. Peace.